Hey guys, usually unemployed here. Today we're going to be reviewing Broader Shores, a game released by Andrew Gower. So, what I think about this game. So the way I'm going to break this down is, one is the worst of the worst. We're talking about some Red Falls, some Cyberpunk 2077 on release. 5 is going to be a middle ground. Just good in the middle. It's all right. It's not the best, not the worst. 10 is going to be, it's magnificent. It's the greatest story, or it's just a masterpiece of a game. Like personal opinions on that is Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring. Those are going to be some solid 10 out of 10s. So let's go ahead and let's just jump right into this. So first thing that I don't know about it. I mean, you're labeling the game as an MMO, which I get it. Everybody's online playing multiplayer, but it's not really multiplayer. Like, there's no interactions with other people. Like, you can type in chat, but the chat messages disappear. They're not up for very long, and it's not a global chat. It's just for whatever room you're in. So there's not really much interaction. There's no reason for me to ever, like, it's not like in my head, like, a mass multiplayer online is going to have a good community in game, a good community in game that's chatting, that's helping each other out, or that's just bantering with one another. There's some sort of communication there, and there's hardly any in this game. There's no reason for me to ever, I don't even know if I can invite somebody to a group, honestly. There's no quest to do with another person or anything like that. There's no chatting, and like I said, the boxes go away. So I just don't know, like, while it's labeled as a MMO, I just don't know if it really makes a difference. Like, honestly, it just seems like a single player game. Like, for example, Albion Online's an MMO. Sure, there's PvP in Albion, but even if you're not trying to PvP, you can still group up and do dungeon stuff together. WoW is an MMO. There's a community. You can play WoW by yourself, but there's still a chat box that holds chat messages, and people are talking back and forth. So I just don't know, with it being that labeled an MMO, it's just kind of, it's just a complaint I have. Like, if I'm gonna play an MMO, I expect to experience a community, to be able to banter back and forth, or to communicate back and forth. I don't even necessarily have to quest. Like, I'm playing PoE 2, and I'm not even questing with anybody, but the chat messages are saved. And I've typed in the chat looking for a menu, trying to figure out how to open a menu, and people replied. I tried talking to chat in Brighter Shores, and just nothing comes out of it. Like, I was going to see if I could interview. Like, I was in chat trying to see if I could interview a few people, like, to see if they were in the Brighter Shores Discord, and just get their opinions on the game and edit them in. And I probably shot messages above my head for 30 minutes. Nobody ever replied. Nobody said one thing. So that's my first big complaint about it. Like, I just don't enjoy that. If I'm playing an MMO, more than likely not, well, for me personally, I'm playing MMO because the MMO genre, because of the community. I want to be able to experience a community, be able to chat with people. I mean, I do have friends in real life, but I mean, they're not always around, and they don't always play the same games as me. It's always nice to have some people that you could chat with that are into, all the different games that you play. You hop on League and you have your League friends. You hop on WoW, you have your WoW friends. Things like that. So yeah, I just think it would be neat, awesome, or not even neat. It would just help if they saved the chat messages and made them appear longer above your head. So that way, you can develop a community inside the game. I don't, as it stands right now, I mean, there's a higher chance that if I met somebody to play with while playing the game, I would play it more frequently. We would hop on Discord, and we could do something, and we would play it more frequently, and it would help questing and make it just an overall better, fun time. Whether it's questing, grinding for passions, it would just make it a better time. And I feel like Brighter Shores is definitely, it sucks that it doesn't have it, and that's a big critique that I have with it, is that it doesn't have that sense of community inside the game. My next complaint is the professions, the way they've worked. I feel like they could have been, I don't know. I don't feel like they need as many as they have to begin with. I feel like some of them can be compressed down. While it's not very many that I think could be compressed down, I do think maybe 2 or 3 of them can be. But like the gathering one for the area 1, and then the gathering one for area 2, it's not gathering the exact same name. Like it's not gathering's the name of the first profession. I don't remember what the name of the second one is. And then there's also another unknown gathering profession in the very last area. I don't know why. Why would you separate them? I just feel like you could condense those and there'd just be a way like, oh yeah, you can have XP, but it just caps until you reach this area of the story or something. It doesn't seem necessary to have it set up the way it is. So if you're paying for the $5.99 monthly subscription, there's 4 total areas. 2 are accessible if you're not paying for the subscription, and it's free to play. With that being said, the 2 that are accessible have 2 different professions. In the first area, second area, there's 4 professions. While that's cool, what I don't necessarily really like is that I can't stay in one area and get it all. So like while I have quest in area 2, if I wanted to level up, fishing for example, I have to be back in area 1 from what I've seen so far. And I don't really like that, because if my quest is in area 2, I don't want to go back to area 1 unless I need to. And I don't really think that me needing to level up my fishing, or me wanting to level up my fishing, is what I would consider a need. Like I don't have any quests to turn in or anything, or much to do besides the professions in the first area. So I don't know why I would need to go back to the first area just for those professions. I don't really necessarily like that, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I just don't. I don't really like that. I wish that there was more areas, like the professions went across the areas. Albion doesn't have like a storyline. After you do like 2, I think there's like 3 missions, and then after that it's just pretty much you're just doing dungeons with friends, PvPing, or farming or delivering goods between cities to try to make a profit. And because of that, since there's no quest, it doesn't really matter where I'm at. I just go to what the resource I want to sell is, and I go mine the resource or cut the tree down, whatever it is. And I just don't feel like that's the case here, since I have quest in area 2, but if I wanted to level up my fishing, I have to be in area 1. So that's what I'm trying to say about that. I don't really necessarily like that. Another thing that I don't necessarily like is the combat. The combat is mundane. I mean, it is so boring. The most intricate the combat's going to get in the first 2 areas is you're going to just start the combat with your bow from a distance, or your little throwing knives from a distance, get a few shots off with the arrows before you come in with the melee and start hitting them. That's just really mundane. But from my understanding, a lot of that is like RuneScape is exactly like that too, from what I can tell. But I don't necessarily like that. I don't really like how mundane it is, and just repetitive. And I mean, a lot of this ability, I mean, you have the same animations for every swing of your axe or your sword. You have the same animations for every time you shoot your bow. The enemies kind of have the same animations. Some of them are different, but I mean, basically they're all the same. And I don't really I don't dislike the combat. Like everything works like it should. I mean, even the unfortunate, unlucky, bad rolls of damage that you can get back to back to back, those all worked properly. It's just so boring to just sit there and do. There's really no interaction. It's very much I could press a button, get up from my computer, go do something, come back, start the next combat session, press a button, just keep on doing that and doing that. With that being said, something I love about this game, the AFK feature. The AFK feature is impeccable. I mean, I love it. I don't know if it's really that great, like XP wise. Like I don't know if it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I highly doubt it is, but I don't know what the ratio is. But getting online after being off for a day and seeing that I've had productive time offline, I guess you could say. Like, I mean, I have fish, or if I've been fishing, or I've gained, guard level, if I've been doing the AFK killing the beetles while I was gone and getting XP, it makes me feel like it's just so productive, and that I'm gaining, that I'm moving, even though that I'm not playing the game. Like, I'm still progressing. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just fooling me. It probably is just fooling me, but I wish more games had it. Like, it would be so neat. It doesn't even have to scale the same way, but it would be so neat for these more grindier games to have that. I mean, like, it's just neat. It would save a lot of time. So I really do enjoy that. That is really cool. Like I said, I don't know if it's fooling me. Maybe somebody could comment what the ratio, if they know it, or something. But I like it. I wish that they would add it to more grindy games. Like WoW would be cool with it. I feel like, tone it back a little bit, because the levels in WoW are nowhere near to the extent of the levels in this game. I think I said in the last video, that you can get it to like level 60 in each profession. I was so wrong. I think it's like 500 or 1,000. It is up there. It is crazy. Another thing I really liked about Brighter Shores is the knowledge system, the knowledge point systems, and how you can build them up and save them. So like, there's overall, like, if you're farming something in Hope Pour or Hope Forest, what you'll do is you slowly build up these knowledge points, and at 100% you can turn them in for XP, money, or you can use them to purchase the AFK activities. So what happened was, I was really close to being the level to have the AFK activity, and I was like, oh well, I'm gonna save this, not knowing, I just thought I was gonna lose XP basically. Well, then I realized that it was saving it. It'll save I think it'll save 3, honestly, like 2 in the mag, 1 in the chamber top deal. Like, it'll get up to 200% saved, and then when it goes to 300%, it forces you to use one. I could be wrong, and it could be it saves 1 and then it forces you to use the second one when it's complete. But one of those 2 ways, either way, I really like the way that works as well, because then it's like there's like a passive income of money or XP that you're getting for doing everything that you're doing in the game. So while you might be, gathering or lumberjacking, what you'll be doing, you'll be getting XP for those professions, and then also gaining XP on top of that you can then convert into, that, like I said before, the passive activities, the AFK activities, the gold, or the XP. And I really like that little factor of the game as well. I think that's really cool. I've never really played RuneScape, or old school RuneScape, and I know this is like a very, I won't say 101, but it's very similar to RuneScape. So maybe I was expecting maybe a different type of game whenever I came into it. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because while the things that I've said are things that I don't like, I don't think the game is bad by any metric. There's going to be plenty of people who are going to play this for years and years. Like, it's going to be around for a while. Will it kill RuneScape? I highly doubt it. I don't think RuneScape's nothing. I don't think a nuclear winter could kill RuneScape. I just don't think so. But it definitely is a competitor per se, and it's going to be around for a while. It's by no means a bad game. The people who like RuneScape are probably going to stay to RuneScape. They're probably going to play this as well. But the loyalty to RuneScape is unparalleled. So I would say that while this is a good game, I'm definitely going to play it more. It's not my favorite game. I don't know how many hours I'm going to put into it. Right now I'm sitting at 15 at the time of this recording. And I think that I definitely will play in the future. I don't know if I'll make videos on it, but it's definitely something I can play. Just sit down, turn my brain off, and play. I would give this game, honestly, probably a 6 out of 10. With 5 being the middle ground, personally, 6 out of 10. If you're a RuneScape lover, you'd probably go higher. You know, if you're a RuneScape fan, you'd probably go higher. But for me, like I said, I'm not. It's not really my style of game. Not what I preferred to play. Well, I will play it. Not what I prefer to play. I would definitely give it a 6 out of 10. I would definitely recommend it if you like RuneScape. Go ahead, give it a try. And if you don't know if you like RuneScape or not, definitely give this a try. I mean, it's not a bad game. I would definitely recommend it to people, especially considering it's free. You know, no harm, no foul. Don't pay for the membership. Just grind out the first 2 areas, and if you're really that into it, you know, pay for the membership. If you're not, you know, no harm, no foul. You delete the 10 gigs that it takes off of your computer, and then you're good. So the professional, usually unemployed video game review score here today is going to be a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10, I think, fits this game very well. We're being right above the middle ground for what I personally like. I think people would like it. I think you should give it a shot. I think you should give me a subscribe, a like, and a comment. And I will be seeing you guys probably next week with some I don't know yet. It's either going to be City Skylines 2, PoE 2. Yeah, one of those two. Or maybe Delta Force. I've been playing Delta Force. I don't know if I like it yet, but I'll let you guys know. It'll probably be Delta Force, actually. Because PoE 2, I'm in Act 2 already. Or about to be in Act 2. One boss left. And I haven't recorded a single bit of it. I'm enjoying the game thoroughly. Playing a warrior. But we'll definitely be having a PoE 2 video pop up on the channel here soon. I don't know if it'll be in the coming weeks. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching this review. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys would give the game, if you're giving it a 1 to 10, or yeah, just let me know what you think of the review. You guys have a great one. Bye. Deuces. See ya. Deuce.